Hello, welcome back to my channel. Coach Glorious here. Are you responsible for someone else's happiness? What do you think? Stay tuned as we find out. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to another episode with Coach Glorious. Today's topic is going to be on happiness. Are you responsible for someone else's happiness? Is it your fault if someone or your partner is not happy all the time? Listen, thoughts, yes, are controlled by emotions. You cannot control the thoughts that somebody else has going on within them. The thoughts within them controls how they feel. It controls their emotions. All you can do really for anyone is to show support. Acknowledge the feelings they have. Empathize with them if possible, if you are in the same environment. Show that you care. Otherwise, you will be filled with toxic guilt. Guilt that you are happy when they are not. You feel guilty that perhaps a friend is unhappy for maybe their circumstance or things that they have or do not have, and you have what it is that they want. You may feel guilty because you have what's making that person unhappy. You may not be able to share what you have. For example, you may be married and you have a friend who desires and really wants to be married. And you've known this person for so long, or you may have just met them even. So they become unhappy as a result. What can you do? You can show support, be there for them, encourage them, talk to them. However, you cannot change the situation. You can not change the thoughts they have within them. When they decide to change their thought pattern, then things will begin to improve as well for them. Many times we have limitations within us. These limitations go on and they create patterns. And then all of a sudden you start to see these things repeating. This pattern repeats itself. So in the case of the person who may be unhappy because they need a life partner, probably they've been into so many relationships that unfortunately haven't worked, and they begin to wonder, what's wrong with me? And the thought repeats itself and it gets them down. They become depressed, they become unhappy. When things begin to change and those thought patterns are improved, their state, their emotional state will also change. Because happiness, how do you know when you're happy? You have life satisfaction. It can be demonstrated or you can observe it in various forms. The feeling of contentment. You may be at peace. Your emotions are stable or balanced. You experience that happiness, sense of positivity all the time or most of the time, because it's not possible. Even when you have the things that you feel you need, it's not possible to maintain that state all the time. So our emotions are either positive or negative. However, you are able to bounce out of the negative state, especially when you practice gratitude. You are grateful for the little that you have on your way to really achieving what you desire, what you need. So the ability to be grateful helps to break that pattern. The ability to be reflective. Okay, you can do this by journaling. You can also do this by meditating. This can also be done by not focusing on your past. That, okay, this happened to you before and you feel, oh, it's going to happen again. The interesting thing about life is if you think something is going to happen again, it definitely will happen again. That's what we call in psychology self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's important to pay attention to the thoughts going on in your head, because before you know it, those thoughts become your words, and your words become your action. Before you know it, it affects your physiology. The way you walk, everything about you changes because your thoughts, your words, everything begin to align themselves to what you are believing. So to change your life, to change things that happen, we need to start by recognizing our thoughts and catching them before they take us too far to this opposite direction where we really do not want to go. It's possible for your thoughts to take you, that way. So irrespective of what's going on in your life or someone else's life, I would like you to know that each and every one of us are responsible for our own happiness. You cannot help someone. You can be there for them, like I said earlier, but you can't change their thought pattern. Even for your child, you can't change their thought pattern. For your spouse, you can't change their thought pattern. So if you've been beating yourself down and saying, why can't I make them happy? Or why can't they make me happy? I would like you to know today that to release yourself, and if you have been putting the responsibility on someone else to make you happy, release them as well, because it's not their fault. And it's not your fault either if you cannot make anyone else happy. So I hope my explanation has made it easier for you today and has released you from that stronghold of heavy responsibility you may have put on yourself, or you may have put on someone else. So I'll be leaving a link, okay, to my journal. I have a journal. You can use the journal to reflect, put down your thoughts, and start to notice those negative emotions, and also how you can, my journal teaches you how you can swap your negative emotions, how you can catch them on time before it's too late. So do download the journal, and thanks for watching. Do have a great day. Bye.